About 40% of babies born in the United States are to unmarried mothers. 42% of those mothers are single and facing childbirth alone. Most of these mothers are young adults who live in poverty, without education beyond a high school diploma. Now, this is according to the Grief Recovery Method website. What's also indicated on the site is that these women did not intend for these things to happen. Loss is what impacted them. Loss by breakup, divorce, death, and a number of other examples. Loss can be painful, but especially difficult for a single mom who has to care for children while suffering, without help, suffering alone, and sometimes without a social group. I'd like to discuss today with you single moms and grief. I'm Vanda Mitchell. Thank you for listening. Children. They must be protected, educated, loved, nourished, provided for, taught to respect others, socialized into society, and naturally to learn how to be a part of a family and to relate to others. They require time, resources, patience, and parents who are stable financially, mentally, and physically. This may be typical for a household with two parents, not necessarily all the time. But often, single-parent households face poverty, lack of resources, lack of social support, and present with psychological distress. Brookings in 2024 pointed out that 32% of single moms experience moderate or severe psychological distress. This is compared to 19% of married mothers. Similarly, 38% of single moms live below the poverty line compared to 9% of married mothers. Single families, households, are less likely to spend time together, with some mothers or single fathers working more than one job to make ends meet. Stress is transferable. This stress transforms to heightened interactions with children. Children may face loneliness and guilt. At times, the children have to step into the role of absent father or mother, impacting their development and social years. Substance abuse, depression, and anxiety are typically present in both the single parent and adolescent. A 2017 study also pointed out that single moms who do not cohabitate adversely impact the psychopathology of adolescents. Not only does single parenthood adversely impact the parent, the children too. There's a website called Single Moms by Choice, but an article written by Nikita Parsons told a different story. Well, in a way. Nikita spoke of the onset of grief upon facing the reality that her vision for her life changed once she became a single mother through IVF. She wanted a husband, followed by children, but at 42 and single, she had to make a decision. Nikita went through a grieving process of what she referred to as a jumbled mess, which finally led to acceptance that she would only get part of her vision for her life at that moment, a child. But a child she would have to parent alone. Nikita felt accepted that others on the site also grieved, Unfortunately, this is one of the most authentic sites and one of the most authentic examples of what mothers may feel when parenting alone. Most peer-reviewed research details the psychological and emotional aspect of single parenthood. While this information is beneficial, it fails to help mothers identify that they may be in a long-term grieving process. That loneliness, stress, anxiety, and depression are not standalone, but variables in a complicated process of bereavement. That maybe grief counseling could help shape their healing journey and increase a hopeful future. And I'm hopeful as a single mother of two. Even when facing physiological impacts of restlessness and sleeplessness, there are many times when I too get irritated. But I find a lot of joy in my children. I got to take them to Walt Disney World. I drove on my own. And it was one of the most exciting experiences ever. My son and daughter both play soccer, and they are both black belts in Taekwondo. And I'm very proud of them. I'm even proud of myself that I had the opportunity to put them in both activities. I know that's not typical for single moms. How was the game, Judah?
My game was good. I kicked the ball out and helped my team out a lot. I was kicking the ball out, and one time I saved the goal. I had to boot that ball out. It was so fun, and I loved that my mom and sister was there with me.
Aww.
And it was just very fun. Bye.
Bye-bye. Research in 2024 linked depression as an outcome to single parenthood. Divorce and loss of a partner were listed as risk factors associated with single parents' challenges with mental health conditions. Single mothers and fathers struggle financially, impacting mental and emotional well-being. This directly impacts their communication with their children, stress, and overall capacity to function in a balanced state of mind. Social stigmas are also prevalent. Divorced single moms experience what's called self-stigmas. This is when they infer negative stereotypes about themselves based on societal operations and based on the way that society views single moms. These mothers and fathers deal with worthlessness and sometimes suicidal thoughts. They are burned out. They're isolated. They're embarrassed. They're lonely. They feel shame. They feel like failures. Unfortunately, there's limited to no research on single moms experiencing grief. Most research focuses on how single-parent households impact the child's mental health, with some on single parents from the perspective of emotional and mental health. There is even more limited information on rehabilitation efforts for struggling single moms. Though there are resources available for families living below the poverty line, what can be done to provide true hope for these families, for these mothers? What can we do to create real, long, and lasting changes that impact generations? We need more research on grief and loss and how it impacts single mothers. We need social communities and specialized grief therapy. We need help beyond diagnosis of depression and anxiety. We need programs to help navigate a world set up for the success of two-parent homes. We need to be understood. We need to be enough. We need programs to help build the self-concept. Though resources are always great and helpful, especially for people who are struggling financially, it's really important that there are programs built to help people become more independent and not reliant on those programs. That requires education and commitment to humanity as a whole. Ecclesiastes 9:11 says, "The race is not to the swift, nor the battle to the strong, but time and chance happens to them all." So endure, just like my two kids are here, enduring through this little race that they were on their own. There's no comparison, just them, just resilience, just effort and love. Thank you so much for watching.